Aries, welcome to your Sunday Shuffle. Like always, these are general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say, take what resonates, leave what does not. What's going on, please, for Aries? Show me, Aries, please. What's going on for Aries? Show me, Aries, please. Okay. The Four Cups, the Chariot, wanting to move forward out of this, the Lovers, beautiful. Okay, well that's nice progress. Okay, clarify, see what's going on, but in the general sense of Four Cups, sense of unhappiness, disappointment, lethargy, upsetness, emotionality, being received or not received, expressed and not expressed, dissatisfaction. Okay, the Chariot, wanting to move forward, get out of this, move on. Like, where are you moving on to? Lovers. Oh, okay. That's cool. So, I don't know. Let's take a look. It could be a brand new, strong connection. It could be emerging or re-emerging with one that you've known before. Let's take a look. Or you might be moving into a different direction altogether. I don't know. Let's take a look. Show me that Four of Cups, please. Show me that Four of Cups. Show me that Four of Cups. Show me that Four of Cups. Show me that Four of Cups, please, for Aries. Two of Cups, Three of Cups, Ace of Wands. Man, yeah, there's some disappointment here. We used to celebrate with somebody so easily, effortlessly, really, is what I would say. It was an effortless emotional connection, at least it was for you, as you understood it. When you connected with it, it felt right in many, many ways. And you enjoyed it quite a bit. You connected with it often. Ace of Wands, Three of Cups, the Two of Cups, and you honestly felt it was shared and reciprocated. And I think that's why you met it with so much enthusiasm. It felt right to you, natural, easy, on point. And you're saying you're kind of disappointed by how the whole damn thing turned out, you know? You really thought that there was emotional connectivity. When you were connecting with it, Three Cups and Ace of Wands, you repeated that connection often because you really wanted to, okay? The Ace of Wands for you is normal. You were very excited to connect with it, and you really thought there was shared feeling in it. Honestly, you did, okay? You really felt that, but in some way, it disappointed you. In some way it did. But when you connected to it, you thought you felt it. You thought you felt it was equal, both ways. These cups are between you and me. Right? There's an intimacy between us. We may not be able to connect often, but when we do, I feel it. And you probably felt that they did too, in some way. And yet, nevertheless, were proved disappointed by it. Okay? Okay. It's still with you. And sometimes, yes, sometimes, honestly, you think about reconnecting with it. The idea excites you. But also, you can't help but feel it'll end up the same way. Disappointment is disappointment. The Four of Cups is kind of the strong emotional pattern, really circular pattern. If I connected to it this often or this frequently, and I was disappointed by it many times, or once was enough, regardless, it's like there's a good chance it'll end up the same way. So you've thought about it too. You thought about it both ways. If I try to connect with it again, will it end up the same? But I missed the feeling. Anyway. The Chariot, show me the Chariot, show me the Chariot. Show me the Chariot, please, show me the Chariot. Let's see it. And you thought about connecting to others too. We'll see. The Hierophant, the Lovers, Nine of Wands. Oh boy, big old spiritual connectivity here that we are resisting. We're resisting. Okay, so you have thought about reconnecting with it many times, and I can see why. That was no joke. The spiritual connectivity attached to this is no joke. It's very strong. And that's why you're showing me high levels of resistance towards it. You're saying you have to. You have to. You have to. You don't want to. If you could, you would show up at this person's door and jump their bones until they ran out of oxygen, and then you would happily give them the breath of life to resuscitate them once more. I get it. I know you would. But you're saying you have to resist it. You have to. And the Chariot's strong. The Lover's connection in and of itself is strong, and the Hierophant's strong. These are all spiritual, emotional energies. So yeah, it's a true Lover's connection. Spiritual, emotional. Yeah, there's a reason why it's crossed your mind on more than one occasion to reconnect with it. But then you can't help but conclude it'll end up the same way. There'll always be resistance. 9 of Wands. The definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. It is kind of saying if you had more allowance, perhaps you'd try. You really would. But you seem to think you'll be met with constant resistance, despite the best of your intentions, which is the Chariot. You know? Let's see that Lover's over here. I don't know. It has so much powerful energy behind it, and that's what frustrates me to no end, is that you can see these spiritual energies, how strong they are. Experience them in real life, too. And then you're like, what do I have to show for it? And it's so frustrating. You can't help but ask yourself, what was the damn point? Yeah. Usually it's change. Usually it's change to better ourselves, and usually what seems like at our cost. But what we don't see at the time is that we needed to change regardless. It's just the Lovers was a strong enough or potent enough connection to warrant the change, to finally make us do it, you know. Let's see it. Whether or not you will ever actually truly get to embrace your lover and a happily ever after, no, that's a different gig. I don't know. I'm not a fan of fairy tales so much, but the idea is nice. All right. 10 of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, the Sun. You show me the same thing over and over again. You know what this is to you. You know what it is. It's yours. And you're right. You're not wrong. The Lover's connection is yours. It's your unique imprint that you experience maybe once, not twice. Don't get me wrong. You can have loves and you can have soul bonds. Okay. That the Lover's connection is a very strong imprint. It's meant to stay with you. It's meant to linger. Again, it's usually our biggest motivation to change, even if it hurts. And you're saying that's exactly what you did. You fulfilled your end of the Lover's bargain. I don't know what they've experienced. They've experienced something. It takes two. You had a strong lesson in this. That means they did too, but I'm not reading their journey. I'm reading yours. You having ended this as many times as you emotionally feel compelled to reapproach it because you do love it. Let's make that clear. You are very much, you love it. You love it. You feel spiritually connected to it. I don't contest it. I understand you. Of course, you're going to have that drive, that goddamn drive, to go towards it. But you understand that it's also futile simultaneously. That's how you opened it. That was the middle. And your conclusion was, with the Lover behind you, with the 10 of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, no matter how seemingly slow, in some way, resisting this, in some way, having ended it, you've actually put yourself on the path to happiness. There's something in here about using the best of your energy for which you have so much. So you have so much love in you and so much stride in you. Stride, that natural propel force Aries has to move it forward. That if you resist this, as strong as it may be, and it may come at something that's strong, honey. I don't like false hope. I don't. But I've been doing this a long time. Let me tell you something. When a force is that strong, in some way it will come back. At what time, I couldn't say. What form it will take, I couldn't say. Whether or not you two have learned what it is you needed to learn in order to reunite. I'm not talking about twin flames crap. I'm talking about Lover's connection, guys. They're not the same thing. when you do reunite, hopefully it's because it's at the right time and the right place to do so. I have every reason to believe that that will be the case with this. It's just way too strong. But now's not that time. And you, resisting this, allowed you to take that magnificent force of energy that's within you and forced you, whether you liked it or not, to accept that you have to resist it, at least for now, that you cannot give in to it, at least for now, and it redirected your pathway into a place of sun and the happiness, with or without your lover. You had to go this particular path, and it's something to do with understanding your own happiness. And that was the point of this particularly strong connection. So while it opened up so simply, so innocently, so easy, I really enjoy connecting with you. I love you. And it may not be much, but it disappointed me, but I did it. And it may not have meant much to you. There's that impression here with the Four of Cups, subtracting from things. It may not have meant much to you, but it meant a lot to me. I don't know what it meant to them, but you can't tell me. We weren't feeling this and it didn't mean something. Of course it did. But you said you had to resist it nevertheless. So you're a hell of a fighter, honey. You're a hell of a fighter. You did something that suggests I have to put this out of its misery. I didn't want to. But it did put me in a position, no matter how painfully slow, to find my damn happiness. Because apparently I can't have happiness with you. At least not now. Not at this time. Do you have any idea how strong-willed you have to be to reject this, to stop working with it, to stop trying to make it fit, to stop trying to make it move forward? I know what you went through. Oh, it wasn't a fuck you to them. It was like, I can't have it and I have to acknowledge it. All this powerful energy in me. Apparently it's not meant for us at this time. But it did its job, I promise you. It did its job. It puts you onto a path of finding your own happiness. Okay. Wish fulfillment. Okay. Like I said, perhaps in time. It seemed like your wish fulfillment, I have no doubt. And in many ways it was. But it had to find a place of transcendence. Perhaps there will be unity in time, assuming both persons transcend. Okay? Like I said, they have family concerns. You had to focus on what mattered, family. You can't keep giving to this when you have other things pulling on you. Okay, family, community, manifesting, the expansion of one's family. Okay. Happiness, that's where I see it going. You had other things that concerned you. You couldn't just keep giving to this. It was, the sun wasn't going in the right places. Maybe one day the sun will shine with your lover once more, and in a way that's actually has real potential. The husband, marriage, groom. One day. The pearl. It's looking like perception to me on an outsider looking in. That's my pearl. That's my hidden gem. One's masculine, one's feminine. That's my hidden gem, that's my pearl. But there is a slowness. Could be you discovering your own sense of happiness, your pearl, your wisdom, your hidden gem, and it took you a long time, but I see that as that groom as an outsider looking in on what you are or what you could mean to them. But it's a slow process. Very slow process for them to realize what you are. A precious gem, possibly. I don't know. I could have easily interpreted that as you. I just don't see it that way. Took you a real long time to realize your own sense of worth outside of this construct. Oh, the letters T, N, Y, the Eiffel Tower. Okay? The height and idealism of romanticism, but built in reality. That's what we needed more of the reality, not just the principle of idealistic love behind it, but the reality. I understand. One was clearly missing. the tiara, the one who wears, the one who wears the crown, Empress energy here. Okay. The letter J, and the seashell in reverse. That's very interesting. This is someone who's not listening to their emotions or their feelings. Okay. And in our inability to not listen to what we're feeling, we, of course, can reject it. And you kind of showed me that on the opening. It meant a lot to you, even if you couldn't connect to it a lot. You really thought the feelings were fair and shared in some way. Okay, that's why you kept connecting with it. But there's that sense of perhaps feelings weren't being listened to, addressed, acknowledged, or somebody could hear how they were actually feeling. Okay? I'm not quite sure. Take it as it resonates. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.